with blending, there are various stages where you can blend at, and I'll just quickly go through that. So once you've collected all your spirit and you've got the cuts, like what I've got arranged out here is I've got my early heads, my late heads, my early hearts, my middle and later hearts, my early tails and my later tails, and I've just split them into little small jars like that, and I'll just compare the flavors of them. But so you can do blending at this stage if you want, or you can just take all your hearts and age them. You can make different types of whiskies, almost the hearts of different types of whiskies, age them, then blend them together to make one from, say, 4 different styles of whiskies. Blend them together to make one different style of whiskey. So there's these various stages where you can blend, either before oaking or after oaking, and these just add different characters and things. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of get this and just kind of compare the flavors, I guess. So I'd say you want a lot of hearts because that's your it's a nicer part. And even with these hearts, with the early hearts and the later hearts, there's a different smell and the taste of it. This one's a bit harsher, this one's definitely stronger ABV, so I'm just gonna, I quite like this one, so look how much in there. I'll put a little in there. Swirl that around. Okay, now to add some character to my final spirit that I'm going to do is I'm just going to add in a little bit of this early tails, which is quite nice because it still has that flavour of the whiskey, a nice flavour. It's mellowed out a bit. It's got some interesting little ester, which is kind of a fruity type of note to it. So I'm just going to add a little bit now. Right, and this is the late tails, which I'm going to leave that out for now. It's that's what you normally use to save that and refill the boiler when doing extra runs. So that, let's give that a taste. Yeah, it's quite nice. So I've got my heads, I've got that nice spirit flavour, but by adding a little bit of the tails, I've got that little note of the fruit coming up, that little ester, and I'm just going to add a little bit. So here I've got early heads, which is quite strong there, and the middle to later heads. This is also quite strong, it's quite high in alcohol, but I might add just a little bit of that. Just a tiny bit. And this will just give it a little kick, and give it that little kick on the back of your throat. Nice. And another great way to use a blending technique is to either distill a different style of whiskey, or distill the same style of whiskey but use different oak to age it on. So maybe you've got about 4 whiskies and they're all aged on different oaks, or they're a different style of whiskies, but so you've collected your heads, you've seen what you like to age, then you age that, you've got the 4 different whiskies, and then you can blend those 4 into one really nice flavoured whiskey that you want, because at the end of the day the idea is to get a whiskey that's got a real nice and round and complete mouthfeel. And so the easiest way to think about it is just before blending and things, just think about what it is you want out of this whiskey. Think about the fruit, the herbalness of it, the characters like vanilla, smokiness, aromas and things like that. And another little trick to use is to almost use like a blending pyramid, and at the very bottom you've got your base flavour, and this is the flavour and the style that your whiskey is, and this will make up about 60 to 80% of the flavour profile. In the middle you've got your supporting components, and this is just to add to the base flavour. And then at the top you've got your nuance components, and this is little things that make the whiskey interesting, things like a smokiness, vanilla notes, top notes like vanilla orange, and just things that add complexity, and this is maybe takes up about 1% to 10% of your flavour profile. So yeah, so that's a great thing to do, make different whiskies and then blend them together to make one nice complete round mouthfeel whiskey. So it's all just playing around, and it's all really fun like that. So yeah, just play around with various flavours, making various whiskies and blending them, seeing what you get. It's all really fun, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time.